Now, even though we lost, I have to say, that is a whole lot better. That's a whole lot better. The game was enjoyable. I didn't feel embarrassed at the end of it. I mean, it sucks we lost, but that was a whole lot better. Dear everyone on the team, except for Trae, I appreciate it. That was a much better display of basketball, fill in the blank. I appreciate it. That was much more tolerable to sit through. Thank you very much. I don't feel like I wasted my afternoon watching that bullshit. Now, we did lose, and there is one particular person that we need to talk about who I don't believe at any time I have ever negatively criticized on camera, but there's a first time for everything, and this is unfortunately the video where I have to do so. Y'all, I want to start with the positives. The positives, DeJounte Murray is continuing to kind of prove an earlier point that I made in the season, that he's the adult in the room. And that we have him out there so that he can keep control of the team and he can kick it into superstar mode if he needs to. And superstar mode might be a little too nice, but just kick it into high gear and be a number one option if need be. This game was unbearably close. I mean, disgustingly close. And while I will say that for a couple reasons here or less, we were better with Trae on the bench, I can't sugarcoat it anymore. I just got to come out and say it. Trae's got to do better. Trae's got to fucking do better than what he's doing. And I understand that he's in a little bit of a shooting slump. And this shooting slump has been going on for the better part of the entire goddamn year. But I understand he's going through some things as far as his ability to shoot the ball consistently and in a efficient sense. And it's going to happen. You're not going to be perfect. Shooting the ball is very difficult. Trae Young's track record will show that this is a trend and not just the norm from here on out. It's just, he's just having a bad season. It is what it is. But at some point, when you are a superstar like Trae Young is, I know a lot of people outside of the fan base have these conversations and go back and forth of, oh, is Trae Young a superstar? Can we put him in the same conversation as a Damian Lillard or something like that? These conversations get had, right? There are multiple conversations around, maybe not this time last year, but in the end of March of last year, when we were having conversations of who's the overall better player, Kyrie Irving or Trae Young. Like, these conversations get had. And while Trae does a lot of things outside of scoring that are very important, he is still a superstar. It's his fucking team. And at the end of the day, when DeJounte Murray's giving his goddamn life out there to help you, you got to step it the fuck up and do something. And if you're not hitting a three, you got to go in and get fouled. Now, I know he was getting his shit smushed by that ugly-ass nigga on the Celtics. But, again, you are a superstar. You gotta just make it work. If you have a matchup that's not working in your favor, you just got to step your shit up. That fucking floater that he does, he can go back to that, even though he kind of airballed a couple. I think he was like, well, he didn't airball it. He just shot it short. I think he was like trying to see if he was going to lob it or not, but then he was coming back down to earth or whatever, so he just kind of flicked it. But you can go to the floater. You can run in and get fouled. Just run into a motherfucker. I mean, that's what literally everyone else does. When the game is getting out of control and you need a bucket and you just got to get to the foul line, just run into a nigga and you'll get the fucking foul. That's what literally every other team does. So just run into a motherfucker, flail on the floor, you'll get to the fucking free throw line. And speaking of the free throw line, nigga, you gotta make your fucking foul shots, bro. I mean, how many times was he up there and it's just clankety clank McClankety clank? And this is 2 games in a row when it matters the most where he's out there playing mid as fuck. And again, he's not some adorable all-star that we're like, oh, he's having a breakout season. This is Trae fucking Young. If Trae Young has a better game this game, it's either disgustingly close and we lose by like 2 points, or we win the fucking game. I truly believe that. The way the fucking Hawks had the lead, lost it, fought all the way back to making competitive, and we're right the fuck there. I think the closest we got it to was it like 3 points or something like that? We were right the fuck there. Trae Young has a decent game, Because I'm not going to say the shit was good. Hold on one second. Hey. Shut the fuck up. All right? Sorry about that. My dog is a Trae Young fan, and anytime I throw any criticism towards him, she has something to say about it, but that's not here nor there. But anyway, Trae Young has a fucking decent game, and maybe it's a closer contest. Trae Young has the type of game where he elevates himself in playoff mode like we know he's capable of. We win that goddamn game. Maybe not the first one. But this one we just fucking played. And I know the blame can't go all on Trae Young, but when you're a fucking superstar and it's time to turn the shit on, especially when everyone else is doing their goddamn job. I know some niggas are frustrated with John Collins and shit like that, but I don't really look at anything John Collins does and say like that cost us the game, right? That's like saying like, oh, Looney, the Warriors aren't going to win the championship because of you. Like, nigga, nah, like, leave John Collins alone. I'm not here for that type of shit. If this superstar nigga does his superstar fucking job and does superstar fucking shit, we win this fucking game. When you got DeJounte Murray having an out-of-body experience in the third quarter, going on a fucking 9 or 7-0 run by his goddamn self, nigga, Trae, just do your fucking job, bro. Just fucking contribute in the slightest. And again, I don't wanna like lean towards the fact that there's something towards the second this nigga goes on the bench, they want to go on these crazy runs. Is it because when he leaves the floor, there's no one to attack for us defensively? I don't want to go there. Like, I don't want to be the guy that brings up the fact that Trae Young don't play no goddamn D. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that fucking guy because I love Trae Young. And I'm not going to be the reason why he gets run out of fucking town. I'll leave that to y'all. I'm not going to slander this motherfucker. But at the same goddamn time, you got to do your fucking job. Fucking Bogey comes off the bench, hits the goddamn shots he needs to hit. He might miss a couple here and there where he's wide the fuck open, but he'll hit them in the clutch when we need him to get us to the places we need to get. Hunter, he comes and goes. It would be nice if he were to consistently be on, but he fucking comes and goes with this shit. I can't tell you how many times I watched that nigga cough the ball up. I mean, we need to check and see if that nigga's vaccinated the way he was coughing the ball up. That motherfucker. So I can't speak to him. But them other niggas, everyone else does their fucking job. I feel like Clint Capella, while he didn't have a monster game, I felt like he did a much better job defending himself out there. It's not really fucking fair that he has to guard Al Horford and like be brought out to the 3-point lane, leaving a wide open lane to the 3-point line, leaving a wide open lane over to the basket where 9 out of 10 of the times it's Trae down there. So again, matchup wise, this series has us fucked up, and I think we knew that going in. But again, in a game this fucking competitive, in a game this fucking close, this motherfucker does his job, we win the game, and you can't tell me otherwise. I'm convinced of that shit. Now then you look at fucking Quinn Snyder. Oh, cokehead ass Quinn Snyder. Now, if anyone knows any of my content, we all know how I feel about the 3-point shot. It's cool, it's nice when the shit goes in, but when the motherfucker bricks, towards the end of the game when we were trying to make that late game push, that late game run, I'll say mid fourth quarter, the Hawks went on a 3-point shooting tirade. I ain't never seen that many threes hoisted before. I thought I was watching Rockets Game 7 type shit. I mean, they were just launching them bitches from 3. And again, if the shits are going in, I'm here for it. And I understand a 3 is more than a 2, so all those analytic ass nerds are trying to get they shit off. But think about it like this. If y'all niggas take 9 threes and make 2 of them, and we're down 10, and you're not playing defense on the other end, what are we doing? What are we doing? When the lane is wide the fat fuck open, drive to the paint and get fouled. And that goes for every one of them niggas out there. Drive to the paint and get fouled. Now again, Trae was getting his shit mushed, but everyone else, drive to the paint and get fucking fouled. Quinn, what are you fucking doing out there? And he'll do his little shit where he'll scratch his ear, rub his forearm, and hit the bottom of his elbow. And that means Iverson cut for Hunter. Okay, that's cool. It works every now and again. But I'm talking about the plays where Dejounte Murray doesn't just break down the defense, gets to the fucking rim, and is kicking it out to a motherfucker from 3. Nigga, just lay it up. I would personally rather you make the shot and possibly get the and one than you pass it out to a motherfucker to brick a 3. I'll take 2 over 0, maybe even 3 if they call the goddamn foul. Again, I know there are a lot of factors at hand and a lot of reasons why we lost this goddamn game. And for the negative niggas, I can understand if you want to like have a zoom out moment and say, big picture, we didn't stand a chance coming into this series at all. You want to be like that? Cool, go right on ahead. But for the motherfuckers who are invested in this shit and are trying to figure out how can we fucking salvage something out of this shit and not get swept, I'm telling your ass, this motherfucker does his job, we win this game. Now, I'm not one of those niggas that believes in home court advantage. I think if the team is good, the team fucking wins. And it's as simple as that. So the next couple games are in Atlanta. We'll see how this shit goes. Again, I'm not home court advantage nigga. But if there's anything to that, if anyone's going to the game, cheer your fucking heart out, I guess. But the next game is by definition a must win. We lose this shit. Everyone collectively throw your fucking towels in. Because it's a fucking wrap at that point. We might even get fucking swept at that point. But even though we're dealing with a lot of negatives and a lot of criticism, I will say this. I think we're building towards something great. I think it's a little too early to say things like blow the fucking team up. We just got Dejounte. We just got that motherfucker this year. Saddiq Bey has been here like, 2 months type shit? We just fucking got Quinn Snyder. Like, you know what I mean? Give it a chance. I know it's frustrating. I know it's ass. But give it a goddamn chance. Let this playoff series be a teaching moment to make them niggas hungry so when they come back next year, they're ready for the fucking war. I do not agree with any notion of getting rid of Trae Young and building around DeJounte. No. Keep the squad. The only thing I would suggest changing is if you can get out of the Hunter contract and get a motherfucker that's going to do his job, go for it. But outside of that, the team looks fine to me. They just need more chemistry. They need more time together, which is the same thing. I don't know why I said it twice, but give them more time to gel. Give coach a fucking training camp in a year to get this shit together, because that's how these quote unquote good teams get their shit off. That's how the Warriors got to where they are. The Grizzlies are on a very strange timeline because Ja Morant's really fucking good. But look at the Celtics, right? This is how the Celtics basically got to where they were at, right? This is how the Nuggets got to where they're at. It's a very poor example because they are getting their ass spanked by the Cavs. But that's how the Knicks got to where they fucking are right now. You keep the same general core. You take the bruises, you add additional pieces, and you grow. You cannot go for the fucking home run swing. Listen, take it from a goddamn Nets fan. You don't want to do what y'all are suggesting. You don't want to fucking do it like that. Trust me. Build with what you have and hope for the goddamn best. If this nigga retires in Atlanta and we never make it out of the fucking conference or never fucking see the conference finals again, hey, take that shit and move on. Because the alternative is you do what we just did in Brooklyn, and you don't want to go through that. I got a goddamn James Harden jersey over here that is literally just mocking me right now. You don't want to go through that shit. So even if we get fucking swept, I think we're building towards something. You can't look at the game that DeJounte Murray just had and knowing that if Trae just played decent, we're winning this fucking game. There's no way you can watch that and come away from this saying we need to blow some shit up. Give it a goddamn second. But that's my thoughts. Let me know down below what you think. I'll see you motherfuckers later.